So in basically attracting people through outdoor who must make a conscious decision to join Acumen, we ended up, and we now have, a fully representative sample of the total Irish digital audience, and I'm not sure whether that could have been reached in such a cost-effective and timely fashion through any other medium other than outdoor. It was large, it was bold, it was yellow because we knew basically from basically looking at outdoor in general that historically those colours are do prove to be the most can be the most impactful of all. So it was large, it was bold, and we made some tweaks basically between the 2013 and the 2015 campaign to the creative based upon qualitative feedback that we got from people who had and hadn't been recruited to the campaign. So we, for example, enhanced and increased the size of the different individuals, the characters, the main protagonists in the visuals for the campaign this time around, so that people could see basically that no matter what background they came from, whether they were male or they were female, whether they lived in urban areas or rural areas, that we could represent people from all different walks of life in the visual. A lot of our clients, spoke to us. It came up in presentations. A lot of people who, I would have bumped into that year over, at various functions and so on, would have come beetling over and said, "Well, do you guys own Acumen Panel as well?" So it gave the B&A brand a great sense of breadth and scope, and I suppose it kind of displayed a certain sense of our being on the ball, thinking outside the box, doing things that maybe other people traditionally hadn't done. So that was that gave us a great buzz, but undoubtedly it helped our overall business as well, not just our online digital business. So we were pleasantly surprised and extremely encouraged by the overall results. So for example, this time around, just looking at the website metrics, 11,500 people visited the Acumen Panel during January 2013 campaign, and that increased to 13,500 during basically the 2015 campaign. And that was taking into account the fact, despite the fact you could argue that this time around we deliberately shied away from a very strong bias towards the major urban areas, and we reached out into more rural areas this time around because we wanted to ensure that the type of person on the Acumen Panel was demographically balanced so that our surveys could be as representative as possible. So despite that kind of veering, if you like, towards rural areas for the campaign, we still exceeded the number of people visiting the Acumen Panel website. That was enormously successful. The quality, though, of the outdoor recruited Acumen panelist is also different as well. It's more engaged, and ultimately it's more profitable for B&A, for the surveys that we conduct, because the response rate to surveys basically through somebody who's recruited through an outdoor campaign is significantly higher than is that for people who are recruited, for example, by purely digital means. People who join online panels by purely digital means tend to join lots of different panels. They tend to participate in all sorts of digital activity, and online research panels is just one of them. The type of person who joins an online panel through an outdoor campaign is what I tend to call a real person. They are people going about their daily lives, going to and from work, to and from college. They're being engaged, they're being engaged by the outdoor activity to make a real conscious decision to get up basically off their butts and to join something on an ongoing basis. And the figures and the statistics prove that our response rates to surveys are significantly stronger basically through outdoor than they are through other means. Ultimately, the proof is in the pudding. Before we ran the 2013 campaign, 1% of our overall turnover was conducted through Acumen. We're coming to the end of our financial year now, and it's just under 8% of our turnover is conducted through Acumen, and our target for next year is 10%. That is a significant business that we have grown in no small part due to the outdoor campaign and the surrounding buzz that generated amongst our client base.